Alright, gents, time for another game of SoloHammer. Orks versus Dark Eldar. We will be playing with these two codexes at about 430 points. Let's get started. Alright, first things first, we got our Warboss. He's got his ammo runt, his power claw, a big Shoota, and he's got heavy armor, so he's going to be a little tougher to put down. Then we've got 5 Nobs. They've got choppers and sluggers. A mob of 20 boys, all with Shootas, Mordaka, and Shootier, so they're going to be hurting a little harder. And then some Skarboyz, which led to something very interesting I found out. So, this version of Orks doesn't have boar boys. And these are little walking, fighting warthogs. The boars that I've been using for boar boys for about over a year now. That's sad. But there was Skarboyz. I'm calling them Skarboyz now. They have got Shootas, they've got the more Shooty rule, or the more Daka rule, and Shootier. Time for the Dark Eldar. We have the Archon. He has poison blades, a splinter pistol, combat drugs that give him +1, +1 weapon skill? I wanted to go for strength, but the dice wasn't on my side. He also has the shadow field, so there's a 2-up save. Then we have 15 warriors. There's a splinter cannon and a blaster in there, so that's going to be fun. But the biggest powerhouse and the reason why this actually got up to 430 is these 5 Scourges, which all but one have splinter cannons. Yeah, 3rd edition, for some reason, Scourges were heavy support, and I'm all for it. Also, before we continue, I'd like to just show off the books I now have in my 3rd edition collection, which is weird because it's not the edition no one really talks about, at least not enough. Wondering what other books I should get. I do have my Space Marines army, so I might get the Space Marine one, but they run Blood Angels, so I don't know if I'm going to get the Angels Codex. There's also Chaos Space Marines, and there's like 2 of them for 3rd edition, and the PDF I was using is the one that has Typhus, the other one doesn't, so please comment down below your thoughts on that. And let's go. Also, one minor little nitpick I have, so as you can see in any normal codex, if the damn thing would focus, you see like the rules for the weapons, very nicely laid out. Tells you what they do and how they function. But the Orc Codex doesn't have it. I had to use the rules from the main codex to actually be able to write down the rules for the weapon types. There are new weapons in here, but Shootas, Sluggas, Choppas, Big Shootas, they're all back in the big codex, which is a really inconvenience because I don't like to have to hold that thing around all the time. I'm trying to memorize all the rules so I don't have to hold the thing. So, one minor inconvenience. Alright, who goes first? Blues are Orks, blacks are Eldar. Orks go first. Alright, first things first, move phase. All the Orks will sound move forward. Wow, that was lots of fast. Then we're going to start shooting stuff. Okay, so I made the terrain a little against the Orks for some reason. I want a big old thing in the middle so they can immediately get into combat in the first turn, but I seem to have accidentally made it so they can't even shoot on the first turn, which is sad. But these guys aren't even in line of sight because there's a wall. These guys are out of range with their sluggers, and their guys' shooters. Yeah, no, they don't have a fire with the Shootia and Mordaka. Let me explain. So the Mordaka rule basically makes it so that instead of being rapid fire, it's now assault 2. So they're guaranteed 2 shots. And the Shootia rule basically makes their shots, instead of strength 4, it's now strength 5. So they're hitting harder and there's more shots to be hit. Both the boys and the Skarboyz have that. So, yeah, they can't actually do the 24 range hard fire range. If they could, it would be these guys fighting them, but since they can't, we won't do that. So, Dark Eldar turn 1. Alright, first things first, movement. Everything's going to move up into a position to, I guess, make a firing range. Okay, now that they moved up, they're going to start firing. And yes, only these 5 will be firing into the Orks because everyone else couldn't reach the climb limit. And the Archon is just going to have a silly little walk. Alright, so Cavalry Warriors, the one on top, not the cannon, will fire their shots into the Orks. It's 10 shots rapid fire, so hitting on threes. Alright. And then it's against toughness 4 and the strength is 3, so it's going to be 5s to wound. 5 up. Not bad. Actually, no, it's terrible. Yikes. It is AP 5 and their save is 6 up, so one of them does go down without a save. The Archon will fire his punch pressure shot into the Nobs, hitting on 4 3s. Okay, wounding on 5s. Nice, one of them dies. Just straight up. Because I think you only have like one. Nope, Nobs have 2 wounds. Dear God. And finally, so you get a turn 1 boss kill, the Scourges are going to fire their cannons into the Warboss. It's a 36-inch range weapon. And that's 24 inches, so they're in. Okay, it's not 36, it's 24, but still in range. It's 24 inches, strength 4, tough AP 5, assault 4. So it's 4 shots per cannon. Damn, that's 4 of them. Alright, so it's 4 times 4, so it's 16 shots, plus the rifle from the one that doesn't have it. Hitting on 3s, weapons go 4. Alright, not bad, not bad. It could have been better, but not bad. So it's strength 4 against toughness 4, so it's going to be 4s to wound, 5s to wound for the rifle. Okay, so the rifle does not hit, but everything else kind of does. The Warboss with heavy armor basically now gets a 4 up instead of a 5 up, so he's a 5 up save on several dice. He takes 2 wounds. Not bad. So we almost had a first turn just bop. Which we didn't. Sad face. Alright, now I'm going to try to see if I can get the Archon into combat with the Nobs. He's going to need like 7 inches. Shame. A matter of life, I guess. Well, at the end of round 1, we've killed a single orc. Let's see if the Orks can do any better in their turn 2. First things first, we're gonna get that mob there because that's a good spot to just start like unloading, and then we're gonna start moving these guys up. Yeah. All right, ducka, mother truckers. Yeah, you can tell Orks are a horde on me. So we moved up, and the Orks are now gonna start shooting. Yeah, this is not like pretty. The Orks are gonna fire their shooters into the warriors. Right, so the boys into the warriors. 38 shots. Hitting on 5s. And it's strength 5 against toughness 3, so it's going to be 2s to wound. Ow. And this is just against 5 dudes up on top. This is... The warriors have a 5 up save, so... 1 dead. 2 dead. 3 dead. 4 dead. 5 dead. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 are dead. But are they because of the line of sight thing? So I'm going to kind of house rule it, because since they don't actually have line of sight behind the barricade, they can only kill things that they can see. So these 5 are just gone, and everything else is just watching like shots go over their heads. Yeah. The Skarboyz are going to do the same thing. 5s to hit. 2s to wound. Nothing. Alright. 5 shots from the sluggers into the Archon, hitting on 5s, because weapon bullet skill 2 is BS. Okay, 1 shot. Strength 4 against toughness 3, 3s to wound. 9. 2 up save because of Shadowfield. And he's fine. Please note, if Shadowfield fails once, it turns off, and he gets his normal bullshit save, which is so sad. Alright, the Fugelguts is going to fire his big shit into him now. Sadly, it's only hitting on 2s. I mean 5s. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Strength 5 against toughness 3, so 2s. Love. And a 2 up save. He's fine. Of course he. I just realized I had the ammo runt there, and the ammo runt basically allows the Warboss to re-roll hits. So I'm gonna try to see if I can re-roll that. Yeah, no. Useless little goblin. Anyway, so we are going to do the charge phase now. I'm going to have the Nobs and the Warboss charge into the Archon, and the Skarboyz into the Skarboyz, the Skarboyz into the War. It's a 6-inch charge they're in. And yes, I know he wouldn't have made that earlier charge because it's only 6-inch charge, and I am the idiot. I am aware. But for now, let's start. I can't say that. Let's get started. Actually, we're gonna crack on with this fight first because it just seems cooler. All right, so base to base, these 3 and these 4. But the warriors go first. They have higher initiative. Alright, weapon skill 4 against weapon skill 4, so 4s. Strength 3 against toughness 4, so 5s to wound. Yikes. That's terrible. 6 attacks back, hitting on 4s. That's low. And then strength 4 against toughness 3, so 3s to wound. Nice. The warriors have a 5-up save. And they're fine. Wow. That's a great dice roll. Surprisingly, they're holding their ground. Impressive. Now we can move on to this mess of a combat. And it's gonna get messy. I just realized they have 2 attacks, not 1, so they should have gone 3 attacks base. So instead of 6, it would have been 9. Oh well. So the Archon's gonna go first. He has the highest initiative, and he goes last because he's got that big old power claw. And then they'll go, in between. So first things first, this absolute mad lad. Alright, he's got 3 attacks. He's weapon skill 5 against the Warboss's weapon skill. No, weapon skill 7 against Warboss's 5. So it's 3s to hit. Damn. And then he's got a poison weapon, so it's gonna be 2s to wound no matter what. Nope. Alright, 2. The Warboss has a 4-up save. He's fine. Damn. Alright, scared out of his mind, being surrounded by a bunch of terrifying orcs. The Nobs are now going to go into him. Alright, so the Nobs have 3 attacks base plus 1 charge, so that's 4, and there's 5 of them, so it's 20 attacks hitting on, let me think, weapon skill 4 against weapon, actually no, is it? Yeah, it's 4 against 7, so it's going to be 4s to hit. Not bad. And then it's strength 4 against toughness 3, so 3s to wound. Could have been better. Okay, so this part's kind of finicky. So the Nobs have the Choppa, and this Choppa special rule basically makes it so that the lowest your save can be is a 4-up. I don't know if that's affected by the shadow field. I'll have to double check. Hold on. I did a little extra reading. Shadow field does not make his save a 2+ automatically. It's an invulnerable save, which technically means I still got it, but still. Where are you going? We're gonna do his normal save first, which is a 5-up. All right, and then we're gonna do his invulnerable shadow field. And if any fails, like that, means it's turned off. Okay, so it says if it fails. So technically, if you roll a 1, you're failing a 2-up save. It turns off. Now, there's no other 1s in this roll, so I'm going to assume that the shadow field is now off, but since there's no other 1s, he doesn't take the wounds. Yeah. The big guy's gonna go next. Alright. The Warboss with his power claw, weapon skill 5 against 7, so 4s to hit. It's terrible. Strength 10 against toughness 3, so 2s to wound. Wow, really? Gentlemen, we're going to have to bring back a special rule that I almost seem to forget every time, but I didn't this time. Instant death. My strength is far greater than his toughness. He is destroyed outright. No shadow field for you, good sir. After his unholy defeat, everything's going to consolidate like 3. So at the end of Ork's turn 2, they were able to get 3 points by defeating the Warlord. It happens. It happens. But now it's time for Dark Eldar turn 2. And, it's not looking great. So, the Scourges have no reason to really move, so they're not going to. There's 24-inch range. They basically cover the table. They can't move because they're in like combat. So these guys are going to fire rounds into the Warboss, hoping they can kill him and get it like a tie. Alright, cannons and rifle into the Warboss. Hitting on 3s. And forced wound. And forp save because of heavy armor. Oh, yep, he's gone. So now both warlords are gone. 3 points each. If you're wondering how the power balance is out, so the warlords are both worth 3 points. And then the units of boys. So 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. The warriors are 1 point. The Scourges are 2 points because they're heavy. So if you're wondering how that works out, they're both like 6 points armies each. So that's what you're wondering by, yeah. This mess now can begin. So in this round, they kind of clumped up into a more cohesive combat. So it's going to be these 6 versus these 5, because majority are in combat. Alright, 6 attacks from the warriors, hitting on 4s. Not bad. 5s to wound. Oh. Skarboyz only have 6 up save. Of course. 1. These Skarboyz are going to attack back. They have 3 attacks each, so it's 12, because it's 4 left. 4 is to hit. Alright. And 3s to wound. Damn. 5 up save. Really? These warriors have been doing really well with their saves. Just damn. Alright, time for a morale check. They've lost a dude, and they're outnumbered 2 to 1, so it's going to be -2 to their morale, and the leadership, which is 7, so they need it's 5s. Ooh. 5 and below, please. That's an 8. They failed. But they're going to check the mob rule, which basically is, they basically get a second leadership test, and if it's equal to or less than, they get to stay, but if it's more, it's not going to be looking good. But they need a 4 and below on 2d6. Yeah, no. How far they run? 5, 8. Do they catch up? Oh yeah, the Skarboyz are gone. Dude, wow. And they're just going to consolidate 3 inches. And they just formed up a firing line to get ready for the next round. Wow. Dark Eldar Train 2, they just wiped the floor with that unit. Impressive. So it's 3 to 4. Nice. It's time for Orks. Turn 1. Or turn 3, the last turn. Blah, blah, blah. I know what I'm doing. I think. Maybe. Alright, at the beginning of Orks turn 3, their final turn, they're going to start moving. Alright, so the Orks are basically going to do what the warriors did. They're going to move up to the top ramp, and they're going to try to start shooting at the Scourges, and the Nobs are going to start shooting at the warriors. This could be messy either way. And the Gretchen decided to run off the board because he is terrified. These boys firing their Shootas into the Scourges, hitting on 5s. Never mind. These Nobs firing into the warriors, also hitting on 5s. Thank you. 3s to wound. Alright. And a 5 up save. A warrior finally falls. Alright, time for the charge phase. The Nobs are going to charge the warriors. That poor dude in the back is just lagging behind. I don't know if I measured out, but he just can't get into combat. I mean, I guess he is in combat. He's in base combat with his other... Anyway, this combat now starts. Warriors can't go first. 9 attacks hitting on 4s. 5s to wound. 1 wound. 6 up save. Yeah, that orc is gone. Then the rest of the orcs are going to slap back. The Nobs have their 3 plus 1 on the charge. So 4 attacks, 28, 3 times 4, 12. 12 shots hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 3s. Nice. Alright, there's 9 left. There's 9 wounds. And they all need a 5 up save. Press X to doubt. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 die. They do need to take a leadership test because they lost way more than the Orks did. So it's going to be -1. So 8 minus 1 is 7 on 2 dice. And they're fine. Damn. These are some tough warriors. At the end of Orks turn 3, their last turn, they were able to wipe out most of that army. Now we're going to do Dark Eldar turn 3 to see how much more we can take out. The Scourges on the first turn are actually going to move 12 inches, their maximum speed, to do something so they can get into more combat with this. So, remember how I said earlier that my house rule is that they have to be in line of sight to be able to get the entire unit? Yeah, they want to get the whole bloody unit. Alright, the Scourges have their cannons hitting on 3s. It's a lot of 0s. And then force to wound. Wow. Okay, let me double check that. That is a lot of 3s. That is, I did not want that. The boys have a 6 up save. And 4 die. After thinking about it, I should have had them just jump down and charge into them. But I didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna have them charge into the Orks. And we pray for this mess to be over. Alright, let's mess of combat first. Force to hit. 5s to wound. 6 up save. Really? Alright, the Nobs are gonna clap back. Force to hit. 3s to wound. Wow, really? And 5 up save. 1, 2, 3. 3 more die. Damn. That's an orc. What the? Alright, do the last 2 stay up? It's -2 to leadership 8, so it's 6. They're fine. Wow. Stubborn. Time for this mix. These 6 Orks are in close combat, and the 5 Scourges. So, the Scourges go first. Weapon skill 4 against weapon skill 4, foes to hit. Yikes, that's terrible. And then strength 3 against toughness 5, so no, strength 3 against toughness 4, so 5's doing it. 6 up save. Alright, 1 orc. I forgot they charge this turn, so they get another 5 attack. My bad. Oh. Gotta do this again. 4s. 5s. That's better, that's nice. And 6s. One more. Alright, so the Orks slap back. Alright, the boys attack back with same thing, so 4s. 3. What? Okay. And a 5 up save. 3 die. Wow, that's terrible. Alright, the Scourges lost that because they lost more than the Orks did. So, it's, what would they even be? Minus. So they gotta take a morale test, and it's -4, because it's 1 to 4. 4 to 1. So, yeah, they're running. Does the Ork mob catch them? Yes. They're just destroyed. So, at the end of Dark Eldar turn 3, the Orks have won. I mean, the Eldar hung on there a pretty long time, but they're just outnumbered. I try to give the Eldar as much firepower as possible. I could have done more. I could have given them shredders to get blast, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, that makes it an Ork victory. As usual, pleasantries, like, comment, dislike. Tell me what you thought, what you liked, what you want to see, and I will see you guys in the next battle. Alright, see you later. Bye.